a late one tonight. Decided they wanted to make me run around and chase after them. They also wanted snacks, so I've kind of shut them up and gave them some treats. To be fair, they're very well behaved. Anyway, while they're doing God knows what, I decided to get onto this review, and it is Tales to Make You Vomit Volume 4 by Manfred Weichsel. Now, if I'm saying your last name wrong, I'm really sorry. I attempted it. You should be very proud. So, in this collection of horror sci-fi, 3 astronauts land on a planet, and they end up basically meeting this creepy ass librarian, which is very Crypt Keeper kind of style storyline. I love it, and introduces them to the librarian. So the librarian introduces this collection, basically says to these astronauts, right, I'm going to give you 3 stories, and if you don't vomit throughout these stories, then I won't catapult a massive rock at the Earth. There were 4 of them at the beginning, but the librarian's like, oh no, she dead. Ah well, forfeit. So she catapults a rock at the Earth and Africa be gone. So this bitch ain't playing around. So she's basically holding these guys hostage and saying, right, you need to read these stories. If you vomit at the end of the story, another rock goes hurtling towards the Earth. So you've got Adam, Diamond, and Atticus. Not his real name. He changed it because he liked the character in To Kill a Mockingbird. Love that reference, by the way. This opens up a whole can of worms, because then it is very much like the Crypt Keeper kind of tales, where you get 3 stories from 3 different authors. So one of the authors, Todd, I know off by heart, and I love the guy, so of course I was dying to see what he brought to the table, because it's extreme horror is his forte, so something different in horror sci-fi was kind of like, ooh, okay, it's going to be extreme, obviously, he's good at it, so let's see where he goes with it. Then we meet 2 other authors, Misha Burnett and Max. Oh my god, I'm sorry Max, I can't pronounce your name. Give me but a second and I'll pronounce it correctly in the next part. So basically, first story is about a guy who basically has most of his insides moved around, and his mouth is replaced with a funnel, and he ends up being basically a slave / pet to his ex-wife and her lover, and it's dark, and I actually it's intrigued me, because I love the mystery around, like, you never know what the fuck had done to get such a horrible, tormented kind of punishment, so I'm kind of curious. I love how Misha keeps me on my toes with this one. It was a really good introduction to the author, and I'm dying to see what else is coming next. And Max Gunssler. See, Max, I did make the effort. I stopped the video just so I could make sure I was saying your last name right. Appreciate this, love. Appreciate it. To be fair, I appreciated the story, because this went, like, we went from, like, torment, torture, dehumanization of a person to fucking Barbarella meets Yurisuke Doji meets it's insane. Like, this guy just showcased every little bit of darkness and also brought in the sci-fi, and I was living for it, honestly. It's a tough one to get through, I'm not gonna lie to you. There were points where I was like, oh god, especially with like the wrestlers in the ring, and one of her punishments that she has to endure is a little bit gag-festy, because poop, sloppy poop, not good. But this one's another one, it kept going and going, you meet all sorts of different aliens, it's like a whole world of its own, and it is twisted as fuck, but it seems to work. And it's really interesting because it's like we get 3 different layers in this collection, and essentially I'm blown away because obviously we get Todd then, and as we're going through these stories as well, we're exploring what the astronaut's reaction is, and it's brilliant. It's really good. Honestly, guys, this is a great collection, but the problem is now I must now get 1, 2 and 3 of basically the Vomit Chronicles, because I'm dying to find out what the other 3 were about, because I love Mia Tales of the Crypt kind of style story, and this is brutal, dark, twisted. The third one is like a gut punch. It is nihilism to the extreme, and honest to God, like, it's Todd, so I didn't expect any different, but these guys, all 3 of them pulled it out the bag with this, and so looking forward to what they've got coming next.